On today's show, we talk about our favorite YouTube personalities.
Tyler talks about Trevor Bauer and Baker Mayfield.
Charlie tells us about the ultimate swirly of doom.
And we do our review for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
All coming up on the Segway Podcast. Hey, welcome to the Segway.
The best thing that happened to you on a Thursday.
That is right. How's your week going, Charlie?
It's going.
Is it? That was one of those small talk things. It's going.
I like mine better because
it is better.
It's going good. No, I like it's going, motherfucker.
Yeah. So, I got sunburn this weekend.
Yeah, where?
Everywhere. We had a kiddie pool on our deck.
You got a kitty?
Nope. Well, two, kind of, if you consider them that. But yeah, we put a kiddie pool out on our deck, and I laid in it for just an hour. And then I took a shower afterwards. I was like, oh, this hurts. This is painful. So
you showed me the line. It's pretty distinct.
It's a defined line. There is segregation on my leg.
You started pulling up your thigh. I was like, oh no, where's this going?
What else happened? What else did you... Oh, so if you guys want to know, I was absolutely 100% guaranteed not hard body karate this past week. I was fat fuck huck. Like it was bad. Like yeah, and you know what I do? I don't want to get too far into this because we have this is a loaded episode. This is the way my mind works. All right, you want a little peek into this? So I really wanted a donut this weekend, and my mind was like, no, you're going hard body. We're not getting you a donut. But you can have a cheeseburger and a Oreo s'mores milkshake and all this other shit. But it's like, you're not having that donut. Like, I would do that a lot in school. Like, I didn't want to study, but I didn't want to play, like, a game. So I would just end up doing nothing. So that was, like, my punishment. I didn't study. I didn't have fun. I was just there. And
just
I was in
like, your room, just like,
like, this sucks. Yeah.
Played with your long hair.
I meant college, but
oh.
Sure.
I don't know. Did you see you showed that picture with your long hair? Just like I always just want to like see like.
Maybe I'll grow it out.
Don't do it.
Okay.
It looks terrible. But
you look like a chick, bro.
For me, so I just came from class, and I had gotten a coffee, so I wouldn't like fall asleep through class.
Yeah. And
I like set my stuff down. I go to the bathroom. I come back. I'm like about to sip my coffee, but I don't know what I just like fumbled bad, and like instead of going to pick up, I just went this way.
Yep.
Oh, no. It was everywhere.
Your teacher's like, you're cut, Charlie. You're a free agent. Get out of here.
And also, we gotta mention terrible shootings.
Yeah.
2 shootings, same night. One in Dayton, Ohio, one in El Paso, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Combined, 29 dead.
Yeah, our goal is to keep this entertainment, keep it light. Like we decided when we started the podcast, like, let's not get into politics. But
I
sometimes
don't say anything. You just got to say something.
Yeah, so definitely.
Like, if you're not aware, like you're probably aware.
We definitely want to send condolences out to the families.
Yeah,
because it's tragic, and
they won't hear this, but
I know.
Yeah.
If our government did something, then we wouldn't have to talk about it. But unfortunately, we have to talk about it.
Correct.
Well, that's somber.
Yeah. All right. So we should move on.
So we're going back to an old school.
Yeah.
Back in the day, an old segment again called Check These Out. Last time we did podcasts that you should check out. This time we're doing YouTubers that you should check out. Do you want to go first, Charlie?
Go first because I'm pulling up my list.
Gotcha. And this list is going to be longer. It's not just going to be 5. Last time we just did 5. So we'll make this a little bit more rapid, get through, because there's a lot of really good ones out there. For me, and I was literally just watching these dudes earlier. I love Good Mythical Morning.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched them? Rhett and Link?
No.
I've
seen them. I just haven't watched
they were
them.
Actually a really big inspiration for me to even want to start a podcast. Like, I love like all the food challenges they do. They like their timing is perfect. Just like quick 15 minutes. When you have a second, watch a video. I love their blind food taste testing. They have these songs called Ear Biscuits. Actually not a fan of those, to be honest. But I just think they're funny dudes. They always do subtle, dirty humor, which I really like. And I love their food stuff that they do.
So I'm gonna go from like least to best.
Oh.
I know you don't have an order. That's fine. But mine will be
I'll do the opposite. No, I don't want to do that.
So I don't really watch.
I look at it, the last one. I'm like, oh, that would be rude.
All right, so like I don't. It's not that they're bad. I just don't watch them very often.
Yeah,
but they're really informative. PlayStation Grenade.
I've never heard of it.
It's they tell you stuff that's going on PlayStation, and actually just games really. But they also let you know like what's gonna be like a free download for PlayStation Plus, which is really helpful. Like I saw Detroit Being Human. Was free, and also Heavy Rain came with it too.
Wow, that's 10 years old.
Yeah, but
I love that game though. When I played that game the first time, I was like, "What is happening?"
I know Steph would love that game, so I was like, "We gotta get this one." So we downloaded it.
I was gonna say you could borrow it.
No,
you could have borrowed it any time in the last decade. You could have borrowed it.
I didn't think about it. You also have it on 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on 4.
You could have borrowed my PS3. It's literally in my closet.
I have one too. It's in my room.
Okay, movie reviews, and sometimes he dives into TV shows. I love Jeremy Jahns. He's a little flaily. He does a lot of really quick edits, but I was in this groove for so many years where as soon as I saw a movie, and I think this is the mark of somebody who has charisma and like connects with you. As soon as I watched a movie, I was just like, I wonder what Jeremy thinks of it. And if somebody has that kind of effect on you, that's pretty powerful.
I've never seen any of his. I've only seen it through, I've heard about him through you and Alex.
I've probably been watching since 2013, I think, him.
Next is Fairbairn Films.
What? 2
brothers from Australia that are funny as shit. They're really funny. They're really good. They're like sketch comedy.
Oh, it's sketches.
Yeah, they're good. They're really good.
Key and Peele, they don't count.
They don't
right?
count.
Okay.
No.
When you said sketch, I was like, oh shit. But
no.
They're on YouTube, but it's not.
They exist outside of
Correct.
YouTube. They have careers on Comedy Central.
Yes.
They're just 2 dudes.
Correct. Okay. This one, actually, I did not like for the longest time. And Jason, shout out. Jason, you're not listening. Shout out Markiplier. It was actually Until Dawn, because you made me think of it when you were talking about Steph.
Mm-hmm.
I watched him play Until Dawn, and I was like, will this dude shut up?
Oh, no.
Like, it was just too much. And But I was trying to take it too seriously. And I think I said on this podcast a couple weeks ago, I watched him play Firewatch, and then I watched him play The Park, and it just kind of went on, and it was kind of like, you know what, I warmed up to him. There's still a lot of his videos that I think are kind of stupid, but he definitely is a really intelligent dude, and he has his own world that he created with all these characters, which is really in-depth, but it took me a long time to warm up, but yeah, I like Markiplier.
So the next one I have is Because Science. It's called Because Science.
Okay.
They break down, what would happen if you could really Hulk smash the ground. I don't know.
I'm dying to hear that.
Taking movie or game logic and applying it to real life.
Okay, and see what would really happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And dude's funny. He's got crazy long hair.
Crypto NWO. This guy is Canadian, and what he does, and I gotta be honest, I don't know if it's real. I hope it's real. Either way, it's entertaining. If you can take entertainment from it, it's a win. But what he does apparently is he orders mystery boxes from the dark web and then unboxes them on video. And there is some disturbing shit that you see in there. I won't spoil anything, but yeah, Crypto NWO.
All right, so this next one, it's a twofer. I'm just going to count it as it's different channels, but it's both him, Game Theory and Film Theory. Matthew Patrick, Matt Pat, who is from the area. He's from
Matt Pat.
Medina, I think. But he's only a little bit older than us. He's funny.
Do you think we could take him?
Together? Yeah.
Okay.
He's tall, so.
Supreme Dreams. Actually, I'll be 100% honest. I do not know if this is their YouTube name, but it's these dudes, and they do sketch comedy. They just came out with one recently that's CVS employees against Walgreens employees. And the reason I know about them is back when the Cavs were in the finals, they would mock up and parody in the locker room. They would one of them would play LeBron, one of them would play Kevin Love, one would play JR, and they just go at it. And it was so funny. So a little hit and miss, but Supreme Dreams.
That was your 5th, right?
Yeah.
I'm not miscounting. Okay.
Yeah.
So the last one, you'll probably know who this is. She was on Nostalgia Critic for a while.
Oh, I like Nostalgia Critic.
Well, yeah, but she's
the
moved
guy
on.
with the glasses.
She's moved past him.
She can't pass
I
him.
think she's way better. No. Lindsay Ellis.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who that is?
Was she the only girl on The Guy with the Glasses?
She played Nostalgia Chick. But she's... she reviews movies. She's very funny, and she's very knowledgeable. And
would Nostalgia Critic have counted?
Yeah.
Damn. Hello, I'm the nostalgia critic. I remember it, so you don't have to.
I mean, I kind of avoided him after.
I liked his Stephen King shot. Some of his stuff was stupid. Some of it was actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Ghost Type Alex. Yeah, we shout what?
A boy.
Yeah,
a boy.
Gotta end with that. So shout him out again, Ghost Type Alex. Go watch him do Let's Plays, and he has more videos than that. Okay, so this segment, which isn't really what it is, but we're gonna do it anyway. Sports rant. Charlie, you got anything?
Nope.
So this part of it isn't really a rant, but this is a shout out. Thank you, Trevor Bauer. You just got traded to the Reds, Southern Ohio. Some of them. You have a question?
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Trevor Bauer is what sport?
He was a Cleveland Indians starting pitcher.
So it's baseball.
Baseball.
Gotcha.
Yep. He went to Parkertown down in Cincy.
Down to Cincinnati.
Hey, we got Puig, who's a really good batter.
Puig,
Puig, I think, but don't fact check me on that. So I just want to shout out Trevor Bauer. He's been with the team since 2013. He's probably, from what I've seen, one of the most passionate pitchers that we've had. He wasn't my boy. My boy was Michael Brantley, who's now kicking ass in Houston. So I hate you, but God, I love you. But I'm glad he stayed in Ohio. You know, I'll vicariously root for him through Parker. He talks a lot of shit on Twitter.
Bauer?
Yeah, like he loves no. He you know what he did, which is really dope? The day after he got traded, he bought a ticket as a fan to the Indians game.
Really?
He went the next day to watch the Indians as a fan.
That's really cool.
Yeah, he held like this little like mini press conference too, which is kind of weird. But yeah, he's really fiery. He goes at fans on Twitter. Really smart. He likes science like behind like his pitching. He like spends a lot of time on techniques.
Is that the dude? Wait, hold on. Is that the dude who cut his hand?
Yes, okay. and let me say this, and on behalf of everybody in Cincinnati, still in Ohio, very very far back LeBron's backyard, leave the fucking drones alone. Like keep the toys at home, especially if you're in the World Series. Dude was supposed to play the second World Series game, hurt his finger, came in for Game 3, his bandages break. I can still see drilled in my head, just blood dripping from his fingers. He only made it one inning, and we're talking about the World Series. This is 3 years ago. I'm still not over it. I love you, Trevor Bauer, but you fucked up. And also, climate change is real, Trevor Bauer, because apparently he does not believe in it. So, Parker, talk some sense into this dude. Second point for my sports rant, still on the Indians, but not really the Indians. First of all, if you want to make a Cleveland fan's head explode, all you got to do is take a player for one sport in Cleveland and have him represent another sport in Cleveland. Like, if you have... let me think of somebody. If you Nick Chubb, our running back, Nick Chubb. If he's walking around Cleveland with a Cavs jersey on, he's going to be like everybody's favorite player for that day. Like if you have a Cleveland player supporting Cleveland teams, we love you. Like Josh Cribbs, Joe Hayden. Even Joe Hayden left. Like we still love you for that. So Baker Mayfield was at Indians game. They put him on the jumbo screen and he shotguns a beer. And people are like, "Oh, you know, my kids look up to you. Well, what a great example." Dude, shut up. He's 20, like what, 23, 24. Mm-hmm. And you know what? You should be impressed. I would love for my kids to be able to open a beer on the side with his mouth.
Yeah, you know what?
He bit into that.
I tried to do that in college.
Yeah, you got it all over.
It didn't work well
Good
at all.
Good thing you were in the shower.
Yeah,
I think your stomach drank more. Well, that... like, it got on your stomach.
It was on the outside, not the inside.
And maybe that proves that I had a terrible college experience. But the fact that I am beyond impressed that he opened it shotgun style with his mouth.
That was crazy.
Like, if I was on the Jumbotron, like, it'd be in the next inning where I'm still trying to carve it out with, like, my key. Like, hold on, guys, I'm coming. So, you shut up. Let Baker be Baker. Unless he sucks this year, then fuck out of here. Just kidding. I love you, Baker. I'm going to buy your jersey this year.
All right, so Tyler, this segment's called "You Done Messed Up." So I have two stories. What do you want to hear first? I got the really.
You gave me no reference.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, there's a really like ha 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 ha. What?
Is that uppity?
No, it's funny. It's funny.
Oh, okay.
It's just a laugh, and then there's
not a real laugh.
It's a messed up story.
Let's save the messed up one for last.
That's what I was thinking.
Perfect.
So let's go with this one.
Are you reading off your phone?
I'm looking at notes.
What if you just like do it from memory? Put the phone down.
I got no memory.
You got it, dude. I want you to feel it. Talk to me.
So in Britain,
is it great there?
Supposedly.
Okay.
There is a countryside, and in that countryside, there is a deer who has made friends with a herd of cows.
No. Oh, okay. Like just friends.
They're just buds.
Just friends. They didn't swipe on Tinder or anything.
Well, I don't know about that.
Okay.
So it's a big deer, too. He's got like big antlers.
Okay. So it's a buck.
It's a buck. And he's just hanging out with these cows. And like he's like grazing with them. They're like laying the field together. There's lots of pictures. This photographer got the story from like a neighbor, just in the countryside. There's a deer in the countryside with the cows.
Oh, how do? I wonder if I should go get a picture with it.
How quaint! I bet they're having tea. That was terrible.
A little bit of milk with the tea.
Yeah. So he's been hanging out since like April.
Wow. Okay.
They're just hanging out. I love it. I love this story. However, the deer done messed up.
Oh no!
Because.
They caught him eating a cheeseburger.
No, he's just hanging out with the wrong species, but I'm okay with it. His mess up is okay.
Wait a minute.
What?
Nothing happened?
That's the whole story.
That's not a done messed up. That's a good story.
The deer has done messed up because it's...
How did he mess up? How is his life worse? How did it affect us negatively? That's not a mess up.
It's just a nice story. I don't know.
All right, I'm ready for the... You warm me up now. Okay. I'm ready for the real done messed up.
Right, I gotta It's a good story though, right?
It's a very heartwarming story. Yeah. I don't know how anybody messed up. But
I mean, he messed up because he's.
I thought you were gonna be like, and then he got trampled.
No,
and they ripped his face off.
Nothing terrible happened. I'm looking at names.
They threw a can of dog food at his face.
All right, so Dixon and Ramirez in Florida.
Yeah.
So it's starting out good.
Yep.
In Florida, a man was beaten and murdered, and a man was
in that order. He was murdered and then beaten.
So in the cell, they're
in jail.
They are in jail.
Dixon and Ramirez are in jail.
Dixon and Ramirez are in jail. They're cellmates.
Okay.
Dixon beats Ramirez and drowns him in the toilet.
No.
Yes.
You got the swirly of doom.
And this is Ramirez's fault, 100%. So here's why.
Okay.
Ramirez is a pedophile.
Yes.
So that's
okay.
That's already bad, but on top of it, he's antagonizing the man, Dixon, who has been in jail since he was 17, now in his 40s.
Okay.
So he's been in jail for a long time.
He's very familiar with that toilet bowl.
For murder.
Okay.
So he's a murderer.
Yeah. So who's witnessed that he was antagonizing? They were like, was it the cell across from him? Like, yep, that dude was egging him on.
No, there's another guy there. There's another guy in the cell.
There's a cow and a deer in the other.
Yeah, I forgot to mention they were both on trial.
That would be a very roundabout way of filling in the first one and saying, yeah, the deer messed up. He killed the cow. He's in jail with the dude that got the swirly of doom.
It would be, but something happened. Oh, so okay. Dixon drowned. Well, actually, the cause of death has not been determined yet. But either he got his face busted so bad he died, or he drank toilet water until he died. It was
so gross. His body just shut down. Like, ew, he died from icky.
So I'm going to go with Ramirez done messed up, and he paid the consequences for it.
Now that is a done messed up.
Thank you. Okay, Tyler. So because we did not lose the game last week.
Potato!
We get to review Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Not Sherlock Gnomes. Yes. Yeah. Nobody could see that, but I feel it.
So because of that, we're going to talk about the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're not going to probably do an extra here all about it, even though there's definitely enough content. It's not going to be probably 100% spoiler-free. We are going to get into some details. But we're not going to tell you the major spoilers, like if anybody died, who may have died, like super huge later on plot points. It'll just be stuff that maybe wasn't shown directly in the trailer, but it's not going to make it break it. It's not going to break your experience for going to see the movie. So now let's review Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
With PPACD.
That is right.
Pat.
Plot.
For me, I thought the plot was fantastic. Yeah? I really enjoyed it. It was the story of this actor, right?
Rick
and his stuntman Cliff Bauer, who are kind of falling out of favor with the industry.
Mm-hmm. He plays the heavy hitter.
The heavy.
He plays the bad guy.
Yeah, he was the good guy, but he's starting out to play bad guy roles.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought that was actually really cool.
Yeah.
And then there's also this like subplot of Charles Manson being in town, with Charlie's
Angels.
I hate my name. Like, I actually hate saying my name. Charlie's Angels. Fuck you.
Sorry.
Charlie's Girls.
All damn hippies.
You see them first dumpster diving?
Damn hippie bastards.
Oh, that's right. Rick does not like them.
No, he does not.
Spoiler.
No, that's the plot.
So, yeah. So that's essentially the plot. It's the world's meeting of that. Mm-hmm. And how they kind of collide.
So what did you think about it?
The plot in general?
Yeah.
I like the plot a lot. I think, like, you want me to rate it right now?
Unless you have more you want to, like, yeah.
I don't know how to get more bare bones than what I said. I don't think you can.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. I might be biased. I don't know. I really like Tarantino.
Do you?
I do.
Okay. I'm surprised you didn't say this time it was his 9th movie, because you were like his filmography editor last time.
It says it every time. It's
I know.
the 9th. He keeps count. I should have liked that.
When it's only on 2 hands, you can. I'm gonna preface it. I'm gonna say how I really felt, and I'm gonna give you my rating. I really enjoyed this movie. We watched it incredibly too late.
Oh yeah.
Like we didn't get out until 1 a.m, and I'd work the next day, which sucked. But I was glued. I mean, we could have watched another hour of it, and I would have been like, fine. But it's not because of the plot. The plot did not pull me through. I will tell you shortly, in a little bit, what pulled me through. It was very slice of life. My biggest problem with the plot is I did not feel like there was a genuine... It was too slice of life for me. I did not feel a genuine character arc. Like, it felt like, all right, on screen, this is Rick and Cliff's relationship. You know, like, Cliff does all the stunt doubles and all the hard work, and Rick does all the benefiting. And then you see it in real life, and I was waiting... I don't want to go into this too much, but I was waiting for something to break that mold, and I'm still waiting. So I give it a 3.
3?
Yes.
Wow. I would give it a 5. See, I don't disagree with what you're saying. It makes sense what you're saying, but that's actually why I liked it.
Yeah. No, I like, and I did really enjoy it. Like I said, I could watch another hour of it. But here's the thing, I consider it to be more of a character-driven movie than a plot-driven movie. Mm-hmm. Without those characters, without Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, do I keep watching it? I don't know. I think it relied too heavily on amazing acting. Like, if you put 2 people you didn't know that maybe didn't have great chemistry and maybe weren't the best actors, do you keep watching that movie?
I don't know. I don't know.
You can't judge a movie based on something that didn't happen.
You're right. I can't know.
For me, it was a character-driven movie more than plot. I feel like the character arc didn't get where I wanted it to go, but I still really enjoyed it.
I wanted to see what happened, but I don't know if you're right. That might be being just the characters.
So I give it a 3. So right now we're at 8.
Pacing.
I actually switched my rating before you came over. So nothing we've said has influenced this at all. Slow build. But I'm a horror fanatic. Like, I love horror movies.
Yeah.
So the next P in the pack scale is pacing. We already established, and let me fact check myself now. We'll probably do it at the end of the month. I said this was a 100-minute movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. But you're my witness.
Yeah.
I showed you the app that I was looking at, and it did say 100 minutes.
You did show me.
So I was wrong, but I wasn't wrongest. I definitely changed my score earlier today because I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, that was a slow burn. But it goes down to what you're expecting when you go into the movie. Like I was saying, I love horror. I am a horror fan. I love a slow build. I don't need things to be popping at you 10 minutes into the movie. And I also said I could easily have watched another hour of this movie, mostly because of the acting. So I like the build-ups, like with Cliff and his dog. Like going through that whole scene, it seems monotonous until it makes a return, which is awesome. And then there's that side, like you call it a subplot with the hippies.
Yeah.
That whole scene where he goes to the ranch,
my God.
That's like a 45-minute, like that's like a whole act and a half of a shorter movie. And then it ended, and I was like, well, that was fun, but then you know it comes back later on. So I originally wanted to give the pacing a 3, but I bought into it. I liked what they built. I liked what they established earlier, and just like is it Chekhov? If you show a gun, you got to shoot it later on. Mm-hmm. They follow that rule.
I enjoyed the pacing. However, I do think. Well, go ahead.
Should I not give my score? Should we start doing like I say what I say, you say what you say, and then we do our scores?
Yeah.
I think that sounds. I messed up. Forget that I said.
So, all right. So what I really liked about the pacing was that you're right. They did set up the plots.
Yeah.
They set up plot points. Stuff came back. There were echoes. They finished the circle. However, I did think it was a little slow.
Yeah, I agree.
Which isn't weird for Tarantino.
No, you knew that going into it. You weren't expecting to be a fast. It wasn't Endgame. You weren't going into Endgame.
Right. It was 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yes, it was. It was 1 a.m.
My contacts were like...
they were crispy. They were Moby Dick in the dry. Just,
I don't know if you saw me. Every like 20 minutes I was like that.
I just thought you were crying because of how emotional.
No. Pacing. I do think the pacing was a little slow. So I actually give the pacing a 3.
Okay. So...
What's your pacing?
It was a 4.
Okay.
I give the pacing a 4. So we now have a 7.
Oh, I do. They could have cut the fat. Like, there's like things they could have cut.
Yeah, if Tarantino hadn't earned the right to do pretty much whatever he wants, this probably should have been like a 2-hour movie. But he's got the freedom.
At least 2 hours, 20 minutes. Like, they could have cut some of the fat off the sides.
Yeah, all the Sharon Tate scenes.
Not all the Sharon Tate.
We'll get to that.
Some of... Next.
Acting.
So, Tyler, the acting.
Yes.
It was good.
It was phenomenal.
It was good.
It was phenomenal. I think like Tarantino owes Leo and Brad Pitt some back rubs for the rest of their life. Like screenplay was great, but man, they like Leo especially. Holy shit!
Oh my god! Are you thinking about the scene with the cowboy?
I'm gonna talk about that in cinematography.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That was amazing.
I love when that little girl's like, "That's the best acting I've ever seen."
Pumpkin puss.
Pumpkin puss.
That's gonna be a new nickname.
You little bitch.
My new nickname for you.
Pumpkin puss.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
This is where the movie hit home for me. Like, as much as I can talk down to the plot, this is a character driven narrative, and Leo absolutely owned it. Like, if I could watch another hour of this movie, it's only because of him. Like, and Cliff owned it too, or Brad Pitt, I should say.
Yeah.
But like, if there was another hour of him making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and toasting it with his flamethrower, like, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Matt, I was texting Matt about it a little bit, and he said, which I think I agree with, this is Leo's best performance probably he's ever given.
Yes.
And he's probably the best performance he ever will, but I don't know about that.
Do you think he'll get an Oscar for it?
No, I don't.
Who do you think would win? So based on this year so far?
I have to go back and think.
Pell from Midsommar.
No, I don't think it's a movie we've seen. I'd have to really think about that.
Do some research.
Yeah, I would have to do some research. What was I saying?
Acting.
Acting's good.
It was phenomenal. Like, it literally, why I was glued to the screen the entire movie was the acting. It was just amazing.
Oh, before we move on.
Yeah.
I guess this would be here. There was actually some criticism about how Bruce Lee is portrayed.
Yes, I heard about that.
Have you heard about that?
I did hear about that.
After seeing the movie, I get it a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know.
It's tough for me to comment on it because I'm not a huge Bruce Lee fan.
I'm not either.
So maybe if I really idolized him and I like followed him and I learned like his moves and everything, maybe then I would be like, you know, this is messed up. Like, how you gonna disrespect Beely like that? Beely. But for me, I didn't. I thought it was a really entertaining scene early on. Well, early-ish on. It could have been 2 hours, and I have no idea.
It was about
an hour in, maybe.
Yeah.
It was a fun scine.
Yeah, it was all.
Speaking of
flashbacks.
Stunt doubles, because he does his own. Like, when I actually forgot, like, I had a moment when he has to Cliff has to get on the roof to fix, and he just like hop parkour Assassin's Creed. I was like, oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, he's a stunt double. That was cool as fuck.
I wonder who Brad Pitt's stunt double was. Damn. But then Brad Pitt's ripped as shit.
Oh, he takes out his shirt. I was like,
God damn.
So that's what a washboard ab looks like.
That's what hard body karate looks like. Right. Aspirations.
Me and B. Lee, we have the same birthday.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I have the same birthday as Shaquille O'Neal.
I had to do a report about it in school, so that's why I knew that.
I give it a 5.
Acting?
Yeah.
I don't know. Think about it 2. No, a 5. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Down.
Cinematography.
So I thought that this was a beautifully shot film. And I'm going to do one positive and I'm going to do one negative. I'll let you pick. Do you want the positive first or the negative first?
Give me the bad news first.
Bad news first. All right, this is understood. If you pay attention to Tarantino, you know this going into it. I personally do not like feet. I'm not a fan of feet. Tarantino very popularly has a foot fetish. Mm-hmm. Holy shit, there were a lot of feet in this film. Mm-hmm. And you know what's crazy? I knew it. I like watching it. Like Sharon Tate's got her feet up. Yeah. And then there's that close in on her feet and she's in the bed. And mm-hmm. then there's the hippie girl in the car with her feet. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, all the hippies aren't wearing shoes and Leo in the pool. It's like, okay. Like, geez, I get it. But man, I'm not a feet person.
I'm not happy about it.
No. And I'm actually really happy because I thought that, like, it's always cool when you notice something and you're like, did anybody else? And then I looked it up and there was like a whole article talking about like the feet in this film.
So you feel justified?
Yeah. I'm like, I won't, we'll get to this when we rate it, but it had an effect for me. But I will say 98% minus the feet. This was a beautifully shot film. Yeah. Favorite scene, you alluded to it earlier. There is like, I want to say probably like 10 to 15 minutes where you are literally watching Leo as an actor in that role. Like, well, Rick, you're watching Rick in an acting role as a bad guy in like a Western. And it's shot so well. And it's literally Leo acting. It's Inception acting. And it's just so great because you watching the movie, it's like built up all this tension. And then he's just like, line. And then behind you, like you're the camera, you hear him like, oh, this is your line. It's so like, it takes you out of, and it's just like, holy mm-hmm. shit. Like what? And like, can you imagine if you, like, you're watching a movie, like you think of a movie normally being like 90 to 100 minutes. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine 90 to 100, like 15 minutes of that movie being a movie inside the movie? Like that's so much time dedicated to this scene, but it is so good. Yeah, I think it was probably, you all know there's violence in the movie. We're not going to talk about the violent scene in this movie. So I will say this is probably my second favorite scene in the movie, only behind the last one, or the violent one.
I really liked the wide shots.
Yeah.
The wide shots really made the cinematography for me.
Didn't it make you feel like you're in the 60s, those wide shots?
Yeah. I don't know, we don't have a category for this, but the costuming.
Yeah, sure.
Really set the time period for me.
We need another C. PPACCD.
But really the wide shots.
Yeah.
I mean, he does amazing wide shots. Like he does mm-hmm. in all of them.
A lot of high aerial shots too, which is really good.
The wide shots really showed the hills.
Yes.
Those Hollywood hills.
Yes.
Emperor's New Groove. Those hills sing.
I like Emperor's New Groove. Yeah, you never doubted you were in Hollywood.
Exactly.
But like budget wise, obviously they had whatever they needed. But like, just imagine the extent to get every car you see old.
Oh, I know.
Every person you like. I mean,
like, yeah, I saw that when they were like it was just like an alleyway. I was like, oh my god, those are all.
And they did street shots. Yeah. Like him driving, Cliff being a maniac behind the wheel, and you're just like, holy shit.
That's like 50 cars.
I mean, his budget, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Like he could, whatever Tarantino wants, Tarantino gets. Feet.
Guys, I want some old cars. That's my Tarantino impression.
Dude, his interviews are buck wild.
He has one of my favorite, like, in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
In Pulp Fiction, he has one of my favorite monologues ever delivered.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know what the monologue?
Did you ever use it for, like, acting class?
No, because it has the N-word in it.
Ooh, muscle.
You pulled yourself?
I pulled a face muscle, pulled a grimacing. Muscle.
But you know what monologue I'm talking about?
Nope.
Have you not seen Pulp Fiction?
I have, but I don't know which one. Like, give me a.
They pull into his house.
Oh.
Does my house say dead?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I love that. I love that monologue. Wow.
We in Akron.
That's right. Buddy.
They probably can't even hear it because every time we react, dude, and I listen to it, I don't hear what we're reacting.
You're like, what the fuck is wrong with them?
I give it a 4. It would get a 5 if it wasn't for all them feet.
Cinematography?
Yeah. Are you just thinking of it now?
No, I'm not just thinking of it.
You are, motherfucker.
I'm probably gonna go with a 3.
A 3 on the cinematography?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Here's why.
I'm listening. I don't care, dude.
It was really good,
but
he set the bar too high with Hateful Eight.
Really?
Yep. I did also see that in 35mm.
Yeah, but should that movie take away from this movie's cinema? You can't separate?
I guess, I mean,
you could argue any movie...
He set the bar really high.
So it's not just like this movie against a random beautiful movie. You're comparing it to his previous work. So You think he could do better?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. 3, 4, 7. Math.
Yeah, that's right.
Dialogue.
What intrigued you?
Oh, you're pimping me.
Yeah, a little bit.
You're pimping me right now.
I don't know. I thought the dialogue was good.
Yeah.
You know what? Before I pimp you out, it did feel distinctly of its era.
Yes, it did. Absolutely. Leo, like, comes down to him for me. He knocked
acting.
It out. Yeah.
Although the Western dialogue was good too.
Yeah, it was. I love his monologue where he's just, and you see a little bit of it in the previews because I've just refreshed because we watched it, but where he's pissed off at himself in his trailer. That's so good.
Horrifying. That scene, it was played off a little funny in the trailer, but in the movie,
it's intense.
It was, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, he threatened himself in the mirror.
Oh, and that shot,
yeah,
that was great because the way that the camera or the mirror was focused. But like, I can only imagine I bet a lot of Hollywood actors watching this movie probably are like, yeah, I get it.
I've been there.
That much pressure.
Yeah,
I can only imagine. So it's like, because that scene follows right after he calls line in the scene that we were just talking about in cinematography, and he just loses it on himself in the trailer, and it's just so good.
It's funny, we're talking about dialogue, and we're talking about a monologue in dialogue.
I know, that's funny. And it's internal dialogue between him and his mirror self.
That's right.
The
buddy dialogue with him and Cliff was really good.
It was really good. When he here's a moment where I love little moments where it's like you can tell they're really developing the chemistry when Cliff's like, hey, give me my sunglasses back. He's like, come and get them, fucker. Like, I love that. Like, that's so good. And then he's like, all right, okay. There's
like moments like that where I was like, oh, that could be me and Tyler.
Yeah, like the relationship is so well developed. Have Leo and Brad Pitt ever done something duo together? I've not researched.
Off the top of my head, I don't know, but probably. Leo and Pitt? I
don't know. I can't think.
Gilbert? No,
that's
Johnny Depp.
Yes. And he's like 10 years old. Brad Pitt was probably still ripped though during that time, just not in that movie.
I don't know off the top of my head. I'll ask Matt. And he'll tell me.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no dialogue that like, but okay, like for instance, I think I gave Midsummer 3. Like this one, I could really quote like that. You gonna get him, take him back, fucker. Like what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I like in the monologue, like this one definitely hit me more than Midsummer. So
who ordered fried sauerkraut?
Yeah,
classic.
Yeah, it's still like I don't think this movie is known for its dialogue. We're going to be known for its dialogue. So I'm giving it a 4. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was great. I still think it was really, really good.
4?
Yeah,
4 sounds good too.
Okay.
4. I mean it sounds right. It wasn't the best dialogue ever. Actually, it's better than Quentin Tarantino's previous work with dialogue.
You don't think any Quentin Tarantino movie has better dialogue than this one?
No. He's corny as shit. But it's on purpose.
Yeah.
But this is probably been the best dialogue movie for him, I think.
And coming in hot with a score of 40 and tallying up to Michael Jordan, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It's weird to me that it ranked the same as Midsummer. It's not the same score.
Midsummer was a 40. Oh, okay, sorry.
But it's the same category.
We have a little bit of leeway. It's the upper epsilon of.
Yeah. It was close.
Yeah,
and I didn't like want to give it a caviar, but I thought it might get it.
It could have. When we were watching, I was like, this could definitely. I knew it was going to be probably no less than Michael Jordan.
It was in the running.
Yeah, I feel like I had something I wanted to say.
So we're gonna circle back and talk about some points that we kind of missed.
Yeah.
So I want to start. Actually, do you want to start?
Yeah.
You take the floor. You go ahead.
Pimp me again. And for those of you who've never been in improv, pimping is when you start a scene, but then you immediately put all the pressure on your partner.
Yeah, I was actually really bad with that. I did that a lot.
So I really did not get much out of the Sharon Tate, Margot Robbie scenes. Like, maybe she existed in this movie for her feet, for Tarantino. And, like, I mean, like, I've said it before. It's a over 2 hour, 40-minute movie. He can do whatever he wants. You know, no need to shave all the fat off, like you said. I don't know if you said that on the podcast.
I did say that.
Okay, good. Those were the scenes that I was least invested in, and that's not a knock on Margot Robbie. She did nothing wrong. Like, she did what she needed to do for this movie. It's just those scenes were just kind of like, I never felt like they added much to the movie. And I know you, based on what you're going to talk about, it's different for you. Mm-hmm. But for me, like, if there was anything that I could feel being cut from the movie, it's some of her scenes personally.
They're like, Quentin, we don't need her in these many scenes as you have her. And like, no, leave her in for the feet.
Yes. She's going to be in the movie theater, and she's going to put her feet up, but she's going to take her shoes off.
That's so rude, though, by the way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, anyway. So what am I talking about? I'm going to talk about Manson. So, you know.
Marilyn Manson?
Different Manson.
Okay.
Although, you know, the whole band picked a model and serial killer.
The whole band?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean the whole band?
Whole Marilyn Manson's band.
Oh, yes.
They all did that.
Okay.
Like, one of them had Dahmer.
I thought we were still... I thought we were past Marilyn Manson.
It was Twiggy Dahmer.
Okay. So I thought we were all past... Sorry, go ahead. Continue.
All right. So, well, that's what you get for fucking railroading me. So, Manson. You know I'm a true crime guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We heard your podcast recommendation.
So I know a fair amount about Manson.
Yeah.
I almost said Marilyn
Manson. I'm sorry, I planted that in your head. I apologize.
So there are things that are like different from what actually happened, and there are things that like were very similar. The ranch's name was what it was, which I can't remember what it is right now. That's funny.
Start with an S.
Yeah,
it's like Sand.
Schwarbs.
Schwerby. Schwerby Werby.
George was blind. That was true. The relationship between George and Squeaky was not as intense as it was made out to be in the movie. Tex was actually one of my favorite characters in this.
Sex?
Tex.
I
liked him. I liked his acting a lot.
Yeah.
Although, do you know... I learned this on last podcast. Tex was fucked up. His brain broke. Do you know why?
Brain eating amoeba.
No. He wasn't in North Carolina.
Okay. Tex, that's right.
So they learned this thing about like this, they would boil this like herb to get high, of course.
Of course.
But it was so potent that you had to boil it outside because just the fumes of boiling to drink the tea would mess you up. Tex didn't know what it was. So he took this like tuber and bit into it like it was a baked potato.
What's a tuber?
Tuber is it's like a potato.
Oh, okay.
It's a tuber-esque plant. What?
I don't know. Go ahead. It doesn't matter.
So he bit into this thing, and it broke him. I think for the rest of his life, honestly. There was a girl...
Why wasn't that in our potato pool?
What?
Why wasn't that in our potato pool?
It's not an actual potato.
Oh, okay.
It's called Abilene. That's what it's called. But it's really potent. Like, there was a girl who just drank the tea. Day later, she was still having, like, flashbacks, like an acid flashback from just drinking the tea the tuber was boiled in.
Wow.
And he took it, and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, there's a drink. It defines a drink by getting your brain smashed in by a golden brick. And that's what happened to Tex.
Oh,
he was destroyed. Like, he was still destroyed when Manson suggested going to actually do what they did in real life.
So what you're saying is Tarantino took liberties.
Yeah, he did.
Just
Tex
like Bruce Lee
was not as messed up. So my point is that there were liberties taken by Tarantino that made the movie much different than reality. Characters being different than what portrayed. But I like what he did with it.
Yeah. Well, it's good because it breaks your expectations. If you were somebody who knew everything about Charles Manson, you could watch this movie and not be like, well, I know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I was still surprised. That's why I was glad that he had Sharon Tate in it as much as he did, because it really it led to something special at the end.
Yeah. And that makes sense for you. For me, it was kind of like, cut her.
Just feet, why?
Feet, why? So that's our review of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's second week cinema, baby.
Tarantino's 9th movie, if you will.
Yes.
All right.
How many?
9.
9, yes. So thank you guys for listening. Remember, if you are enjoying the content, please help us grow. Share with a friend.
Please.
Like.
That was a little desperate.
Please, please. You made Charlie miss his goal. You know how many eggs he had to suck?
Couple.
Not the medium eggs. He was sucking them large eggs.
Yeah, that's right. Jumbo
eggs. He's joking. So please subscribe. Tell a
5 stars.
If you have any friend that doesn't work at Fisher's Cafe and Pub, please be like, listen to this podcast.
That's funny.
Even if they do work there, tell them, stop.
We don't blame them. Just.
Yeah. I'm going to tell Bauer, lay the fuck off the drones. I'm going to tell Fisher's Pub Cafe, get them wings out the sauce, all right? Enough of the sauce.
Mm-hmm. Leave
the acid at home. The acidic quality of those wings, leave them at home. I didn't even order it. Leave them at home. Also want to plug this. Make sure you guys stick around next week. We're going to be interviewing Adonis Boyd.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He helped us fill in on drums one time for one of our shows. He's probably the most active social media musician in the area that I've seen. Like, damn, he puts work in. He does indeed. So keep an ear out for him.
Should be a good interview.
So, again, thank you guys so much for listening, and this is the segue.
The best thing that happened to you on a Thursday. Alright, so, Tyler. What's this segment called? You done messed up. I'm gonna cut the fuck out of that.